Okay, good morning. This is Wisdom Wednesday 28. 4 stages to gain detachment. Questioner says, my boyfriend recently left me for another woman. I am devastated. I hoped we would get married, have children, and be a team in life. Now I feel betrayed. I feel lost and angry. I never want to see him again. How can you help me? Yes, I can help you if you have decided to follow the path towards freedom. If you really want freedom and you're willing to surrender and give up some of your false ideas and beliefs about the way life is, I can help you. But I cannot help you if you are really fixated on this idea that you must have everything the way you think you should have it, and that you're going to push for it and no matter what. So if you're fixated on a concept or a belief about what you should have in life, then I may not be able to help you. But what I'll do now is I'll just assume that you do want the highest state of liberation, and that you want freedom from the pain that you're experiencing, and that you are willing to change a few things the way you think, and maybe some life situations. So if you're willing to do that, then I will proceed. What's important here is that you experienced some pain and you're in a state of pain. Otherwise, if you weren't experiencing any pain, I wouldn't be of any service to you, because you would still continue pursuing the objects of your senses and believing that the external world is a place of fulfillment. So there are 4 stages towards gaining your sense of freedom, which I will call detachment in this case. There are 4 stages. So the first stage is realizing that you are controlled by attraction and aversion. There is a power that almost every human being is controlled by, and that's attraction and aversion. We as human beings are controlled by this. Our job as meditators and yogis walking on the path towards the freedom for human beings, is to overcome this power of attraction and aversion. And the thing about the attraction and aversion is that it makes us believe that we have to follow it. So we're deluded immediately. This is your and our first mistake as human beings, is to believe that whatever we're attracted to, we must have it, and whatever we have aversion to, we must push it away. Somehow, it's a power that, from the human being's perspective, it seems like almost impossible to overcome. So your job now is to recognize that before you met your partner, your ex-partner, you were in the feeling or in the experience or in the desire or under the illusion, there's many things here, that you had a list of what should be fulfilled, and you met him, and for some reason he filled up your list. And your list is everything that you feel you have lack in, that you should find on the outside world to fulfill you. So he was irresistible for you. So that means that you were controlled by the power of attraction. And now you're in a state of aversion, strong aversion. You never want to see him again. So now you're controlled by the power of aversion. So the first stage of detachment is to wake up and realize that there are these two powers that control you, and you have to make efforts to not be controlled by it. That's the first stage. The second stage is to realize that once you're making all these efforts to not be controlled by aversion and attraction, that you realize that it's a really powerful force. And this is probably what happened to you in particular, where you realize that you were so attracted to him, and then he went off and did something and he did something that didn't fit your list. So now the object, the person that you had such a powerful attraction for, is now becoming almost impossible for you to experience, because now you detest him. So your mind has to create a sense of being, making the object detestable, so that you can feel some sense of detachment. So it's kind of a natural process. We push the person away, we blame the person. It's the person's fault for you being so attracted. So this is also a way that we lose our power, because we think the person has our power. We think the person has all the power to make us feel loved or lovable or in the state of love. But at the same time, when we can't handle the immensity of this power of attraction, we push the person away. But when we push the person away, we're realizing, oh my God, that person has taken my love from me. So it's unbelievable that in this stage you feel almost like you're a child, or you've been depleted, disempowered, and this is probably the state you're in. You feel totally disempowered because you think the other person has all the power. But it's not the other person. It's your delusion and the power of attraction and aversion that we all have to overcome. And so this is how it's unfolding for you. So now in the second stage, it's a good thing that you're waking up and you are getting angry or detesting your partner. You're having a strong sense of aversion. It's not exactly the answer to your complete freedom to push a person away, because it's just the person, it's just an object. It's not going to actually change your state, but it does give you some space. So when you say, I'm not going to see that person anymore, it is a healthy thing to not see the other person for a while, because you've been in a state of immersion, of pain, attraction and aversion. So you need space away from the power of attraction and aversion. So you're gaining time to build yourself by distancing yourself. So that's the healthy thing about the second stage. So you are gaining some detachment in the second stage by pushing the other person away, although it's not the right answer. The third stage is where most people don't really go yet, because they just kind of perpetuate this. They push the person away, then they think that, oh, well, I'll just go and get another person to fulfill all that list again. So they just kind of go round and round and round. So the average human being doesn't get to the third stage or the fourth stage. But I will tell you about the third stage. Now, the third stage is when you realize that the attraction and the aversion is happening inside your head. It's not a power external to you. So now you're realizing, oh, I don't have to lose my energy or leak my energy through my five senses and get caught up with everything that I see out there. I'm just like falling for it, or I'm pushing it away, and there's this whole struggle inside. That's the first and second stage. The third stage is you realize that, oh, something up here can observe attraction and aversion. It's a pattern. It's something that we all have, and I'm going to watch. This is what you say. On this stage, you realize that now I can watch this pattern called attraction and aversion. So you're restraining yourself from getting caught up, leaking your energy out. You're restraining that, and you're pulling it in, and you're practicing a state of watchfulness. You are still attracted, but you're restraining, you're pulling yourself back. You're not pushing, you're not throwing the objects away. You're still able to be in the presence of the people and the objects and things that you've had pain with, or that you had attraction for, but you're not falling for it anymore, because you're waking up and you realize that, yeah, my fulfillment is not out there. I'm going to practice restraining, and I'm just going to be watchful. You're in a state of watchfulness. So you're gaining power here in the third stage. The fourth stage is more transcendental. In the fourth stage, you've gone through all of it, and you've developed, you've restrained yourself enough that you've really developed a control here, like a self-control. And the control is not really controlling to stop your attraction to objects. You've now switched it around, where you are so established in your sense of I, and your I is very fulfilled. I am my fulfillment. And attraction and aversion happen because I say it happens. Like, I'll decide if I want to be attracted or if I want to have aversion, but I'm here first. I'm more powerful than the power of attraction and aversion. So you're building your strength so that when you see someone who may fill up that list of thinking, you will say something different. You may say, well, actually, there's no one out there that can actually fulfill my list, because I'm the only one who can fulfill my list. So I am my list. And so if I meet somebody, we may resonate and we may have fun together, but I am not going to expect that they're going to fulfill me, and nobody can, because I'm already fulfilled. So in the fourth stage, your detachment is pretty profound, in the sense that you love yourself, you have fulfilled yourself, and finding other people to play with, it's more like a play rather than a need or a grasping, or you have to fulfill me and you're not allowed to do anything that's not on my list. So now in this last stage, you can feel that you can walk this earth with freedom, because it's a state of freedom. I am my fulfillment. And then you can play with people, play with the external objects and situations and life scenarios. You can have a smile on your face, and you can be delighted because you are contained within yourself, and there's nothing out there more powerful than you. So that's the 4 stages to gain detachment, and I wish you and hope you good luck for that, because there's a beautiful stage of detachment waiting for you, which is all about living beauty and love and enjoying life as opposed to feeling a struggle with life. Bye for now, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.